this story just exactly like it is from the perspective of those who were traveling, so that American audience has real, concrete, explicit information. Well, our friend John Carlos Frey, who is a filmmaker known to many of you, many of you have seen some of his work, has spent more than a year working with Current TV. Current TV is Al Gore's network that some of you see on cable. I spent quite a little bit of time with a group from Current TV and with John on Wednesday making some preparations, and then on Thursday, Sue and I, 5 of us, all went down to Altar. We made no announcement, there was no appointment or anything, just kind of a God thing that everything fell in place the way it did in the moment that it did. Right in front of the church office, I run into 2 people from the National Commission on Human Rights who have just been walking around with the local padre in the community. Oh, we know Rev Hoover, and so all this conversation starts out. And then we have the conversation with Padre Prisciliano, whom I've known for 5 years. He is now so entwined and integrated in the lives of the people in that community that he knows the coyotes, and he knows the guides, and he knows the people that run the shelters, and all of this kind of stuff. And so we make a negotiation, so to speak, that could have never have taken place in any of the years previous. And he's just walked around the entire town with all of these people, so everybody in town knows he's got friends from the south, and then we walk all around town and everybody knows he's got friends from the north. And within minutes of me arriving in some conversations, there were already conversations about, oh, the guy from Humane Borders is in town, etc. We stop over here in some of the shops, and the guy just walks up and says, "You got any more of those maps?" You know, they wanted to put up stuff so they could tell migrants where water was. We walked into some shelters, and one fellow was Maltesius. He recognizes me from the news, and another guy goes, Telemundo. Thursday, we did all the final negotiations, all the conversations were taking place. The final walk around town to tell everybody we're all in this together. We come back Friday night. The rains, it's slowed everything down. There was no reason for them to stay in Altar, etc. So they're en route as we speak to Altar. 2 persons will be going with the coyote, with the guide. It's all arranged. Everybody already knows everybody that's in the group that's going to go. They will start across the border. As I've explained to you before, legally, it's a misdemeanor for a U.S. citizen to cross. There are no felonies being committed. There's nothing, no aiding and abetting. There's nothing going on our side. The way this is going to work, the technology exists in a way that we've never had before. There's a little small device about this big, the size of a lady's compact, about 1/2 inch thick, and it sends a signal every 15 minutes to a satellite. We'll be able to monitor where this group is on a computer from hundreds of miles away. And so there will come a time when they will push a button and it's basically come and get me. We'll know where they are. That means the group's going on and they walk out. All we're doing is going to pick them up. There's nothing on our side of any complication. They will be coming through the reservation, which is a difficult place, but we will have the assistance of Mike Wilson, and I have a backup. We think we're in good hands. We think that we're doing right and telling them a good story. It'll be a 1-hour television show. While I was there, I got my nice, wonderful little Our Lady of Guadalupe hat. It's got a Mexican flag and a U.S. flag. I was reminded that she's the patron saint of the Americas, plural, all of us. At one point, south of the border, one of the bad guys stuck a pistol in John Carlos's back and said, "Now let me see your video. If my face shows up here, you're toast."